Hey class 5, in today's video we were going to learn about the present perfect and the past perfect tenses. Now, students might get confused in the use of has, have and at. Remember, when we have the perfect tenses, then we always use the present participle form of the verb, which is the third form of the verb. Now, what is the third form of eat? Eat, ate, eaten. Third form. Okay. So, in the present perfect and the past perfect, we always use the third form of the verb along with the helping verbs have, has and had. Okay. So, and in has and have, we use them with the present tense, and had is used with the past tense. Okay. So, shall we learn more about it? Let's go. So, here we have the present perfect and the past perfect tense. Okay, so to identify, if you have given some of the sentence and you have to identify which of the following sentence is in the present perfect, so you have to just find out has and have in that, and with that the past participle form. Past participle means the third form of the verb. So past participle means the third form of the verb, which is eat, ate, eaten. Okay, do, did, done. Now done is the third form. Okay, now let me tell children, what is the third form of have? The third form of have? Had. Okay, third form of have is had. Second form is also had. So, now let's talk first about the present perfect tense, because we have and has are there, and sometimes, most of the time, I just notice that people speak up wrongly this sentence. They just say she have done. She have done. That's wrong, na? We have to say, we have always remember that whenever we have the plural subject, it's like I, you, we, they. These are the plural subjects, and two names are there. Then always use have with the with whenever we have to use the past participle form of the verb, the third form of the verb. Always use have with that. Okay, and next is whenever we have the subject. Now, what is the subject in a sentence? The subject is the doer of the action in any sentence, or the person whom we are talking about is the subject. Now, in whenever we have a singular subject, and they are he, she, it, a name, okay, a proper noun, in singulars, so we used always has with the past participle form. And in the present part, then in the past perfect tense, there is no confusion is there, because only we have to use is the helping verb had along with the singulars and plural, both the subjects. Okay, so had plus past participle form is called, it means the third form of the verb, then it would be the sentence is in the past perfect tense. Now, don't get confused, just memorize till here that we use has and have in present and had in the past perfect tense. When we talk about perfect, then okay. So now, and what if you have to make a negative sentence? Just take a sentence. Here we have has. He has slept. He has slept. He hasn't slept in the negative, and we have to make a question. Then we just use has first, then the subject. Remember, whenever we have to make a sentence, a question, then used first the helping verb has, then the subject, then the PP means the past participle form, third form of the verb. Okay, and similarly in this kind of when we have the plural subject, I have eaten. Okay, and then in this past perfect tense, there is no confusion, because always we have to use the had. So in the negative, it would be hadn't. Okay, so I hadn't slept. And if we have to make a question, then we use had plus subject plus third form of the verb. Okay, had he eaten that day? Okay, now let's do, just memorize, don't get confused. I know the tenses are somewhat boring, but just to memorize, in the present perfect we have plus third form of the verb, has plus third form of the verb in the singular subject. Plural we have. Okay, then and the past perfect we have only had. ठीक है, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट में हैव और हैज आएगा और पास्ट परफेक्ट में सिर्फ हैड आएगा. ठीक है. Okay, I think you got that my point. Now let's do some practice. And we have just talking about the present perfect tense. Whenever the subject is plural subject is more than one, na? So an I or you, they are always considered as plural in the English. So if we have taken we just take the verb laugh always in these examples. Okay, so that you cannot be confused. What is the verb? Verb. Okay, what are verbs? Let me tell you again. Verbs are all the action words. जिस भी word में कोई काम हो रहा है, कोई action हो रहा है, वो होते हैं action word. Like cook, go, swim, sing, sleep. These are all verbs. So यहाँ पर हम verb लेते हैं laugh. Okay. So when we have to make a present perfect tense and the subject is I, and in the similar way we have given such kind of situation. So love is the verb. So I have loved. It means I have loved. मैं प्यार कर चुका हूँ. And if we have a negative sentence, then I have not loved. मैं प्यार नहीं कर चुका हूँ. Okay, and if we have make a question, then we have I loved? क्या मैंने प्यार किया? क्या मैं प्यार कर चुका हूँ? No. Then why I taken the same verb always? So that you will never get confused. Now, when the subject is singular, then singular subjects are he, she, it, one name. So positive sentence we have to make subject plus has plus PP. It means he, again I have to take the verb love, then he has loved. वो प्यार कर चुका है. नेगेटिव सेंटेंस ही, देखो बीच में ऐसे नॉट आ जाता है नेगेटिव सेंटेंस में जब हमें फिल करना होता है ना, एंड द वर्ब इज लव. सो ही हैज नॉट लव्ड. Okay, and if we have to make a question, then has he loved? क्या उसने कभी प्यार किया? कर चुका है. Now, let's move into the past perfect tense. Same is always there. Had only we have in the when we have singular, plural, both the subject. So let's make a sentence. If we make okay, she had loved. वह प्यार कर चुकी थी. Had थी. Negative sentence she hadn't loved or she had not loved. Have नहीं यूज करना she के साथ. She hadn't loved. उसने वह प्यार नहीं कर चुकी थी. And we have, if you have a make a question, then had she loved? क्या उसने भी कभी प्यार किया था? Okay, I think children you can make by yourself. Just memorize that whenever we have the have and has in any sentence, then we have to. Now let's do some exercise from your book, Grammar Right. Okay, let's see this exercise. I hope you can see that. What you have to do? You have to tick the sentence that are in the present perfect tense. So Salim has आया यहाँ पे. So has we have already discussed. Has with the singular subject, and present perfect means has और have तो आएंगे ही हमारे पास. Salim has आ गया. ठीक है, तो ये टिक कर दिया हमने. It is the present perfect. The men have repaired. and have, repaired. Third form is there, have is there. So it's again the plural verb with present perfect tense. Minnie was playing. Now was, it means it's in past tense. Past continuous is there, ing. Continuous matlab ing. Brian and his men have just finished. Third form, have is there. Okay. I have a new school bag. Now this is the main question. I have a new school bag. Now have यहाँ पर है, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो have है, it is not a verb. It is a, here we have used have for the possession. पोजेशन के लिए यूज हुआ है कि मेरे पास में नया स्कूल बैग है. ठीक है, कर चुका हूँ, ये ऐसे चुका हूँ, चुकी हूँ, इस तरह के मीन ट्रांसलेशन में नहीं आते. सो आई हैव अ न्यू स्कूल बैग. हियर वी हैव फॉर द पोजेशन. सो देयर इज नॉट अ प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस. ये नहीं है प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट में. ओके, क्योंकि यहाँ पर देखो वर्ब की जो पी फॉर्म है, जो पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म है, वो नहीं आ रही है. ठीक है ना, दैट्स व्हाई. नेक्स्ट सिक्स्थ सेंटेंस, द पुलिसमैन वर रनिंग. इट मीन्स वर पास्ट ing continuous tense, so it's also not. Now the present perfect tense, you have to use has and have in the bracket. So these are the exercise. With the singulars we have used had, has, and in the plural we have used have. Okay. Now, past perfect tense is an action that taken place before a certain time in the past. So the waves washed away the sand castles. Only we have to use, whenever past perfect is there, just use the had and the third form of the verb. Have a nice day, kids. I hope you have understand this. Now I just want you to just subscribe and like the video.